Hey guys, Cam here from 9 to 5 Google, and late last month Adobe released a handful of awesome powerful mobile apps for Android. With Creative Cloud support built in, the apps allow you to take advantage of Adobe's popular cloud-based system. Now to me, Photoshop Mix is the most interesting and useful of the 4 new mobile apps. It lets you take multiple images and blend them together. Let's say, for instance, you have an image of yourself holding a drink at your child's sports day and you want to make it look as though you're somewhere far more interesting. You can select the part of the image you want to cut out by using the Smart Select tool. Simply color in the area you need and it'll automatically remove the background. As an example, you could add in a background from a local beauty spot or from the top of Everest, whatever you want. Once you've picked your layers, you can add filters or edit all the usual settings like exposure, contrast, and saturation. And what's really cool is that you can choose specific parts of the image to add those changes to. So you could, for instance, make certain parts of a structure or layer brighter, more saturated to make it stand out. Of course, you can crop, resize, or manipulate layers using multi-touch gestures like pinch to zoom too. If you're happy with the layers as they are, you can merge them by dragging and dropping the top layer onto the bottom layer, then continue adding more layers if required. But what's most impressive about this app is that it feels good on a mobile device. It's quick and easy to use, but what you end up doing is actually quite powerful and advanced. It's fantastic. Now with Adobe Shape, as the name suggests, it lets you create shapes for use in other programs like Illustrator or Photoshop, for instance. What's really neat is that you can use your smartphone's camera to snap a picture and use the resulting image to create a shape. While you're taking the picture, you adjust the detail required using the slide bar at the bottom. Snap the picture and wait for the app to process the image and transform it into a usable shape. It takes a few seconds, and once it's done, you can save it to your library or your online Creative Cloud account. It's probably not the most useful tool, but Adobe Brush is one of my favorites of these 4 apps. Essentially, it lets you take a picture of any object and use that to create a bespoke brush style. You can, for instance, take a picture of an Android robot minifigure and make a paintbrush which paints using little tiny green robot shapes. Or if you like the Chrome colors, you could make a brush based on the Chrome logo by snapping a picture of a magic Chrome ball. Once created as a brush or pen style, you can then start painting or drawing using your own custom-made brushes. The app itself is rather clever in that it can detect automatically where the object is and what the background is. If you have multiple colors in the background, you can select the one you want it to ignore. What's more, if your background varies in brightness, you can increase the area automatically detected by manually moving the slider before snapping your picture. Once saved, when you're finished with your picture, you can use that brush in your other Creative Cloud apps. Now, every now and then you might find yourself needing some color palette inspiration, whether you're designing a logo or a picture, or whether you're just looking for ideas for decoration. Now, Adobe Color lets you take a picture of a scene or object and automatically picks out the main colors to create a custom palette for you. Simply open up the app, tap to freeze on your desired color combination and save it to your library. It's a very, very quick process and incredibly useful for designers and artists. Now, Photoshop Mix, Adobe Shape, Color, and Brush are all free to download from the Play Store now, so if you want to do so, I'll leave the links in the description box below. Now, to make full use of them, you do need to have an Adobe Creative Cloud account, or at least so that you can hook it up with that cloud service and make sure it's all playing nicely with your other apps. You can also upload stuff to Behance or Behance or however you pronounce it, so that you can show off your work to your designer friends or contacts. I've been Cam from 9to5google.com. You can find me on Twitter. I'm at CamBunton, and I'll see you again soon.